There are so many letters in English that are silent. 60% of the words that we have in English have a silent letter. So, what are we to do? We have to understand that a lot of these words came from other languages, like psychology or ballet or tsunami. And so we just have to accept that those words have a silent letter, usually at the beginning or the end. But there are other ones that are good to have because they are a homophone. So hour and hour. We can talk about those. And no and no. So if we didn't have a separate spelling, we wouldn't know which word it was when we read it. So I'm going to give you some examples of each letter in the alphabet, or a lot of the letters in the alphabet, and you can see why these patterns exist. There are some patterns, and there are some just quirky ones that you're just going to have to learn. So let's get started. These are pronounced bread, thread, and dead. And the last one is isle, just like the island isle. This is the common pattern for B. A silent B comes after an M: comb, crumb, climb, dumb, lamb, thumb, plumber, and before a T: subtle, doubt, debt. This is the common pattern before C. It's always an S sound: science, conscience, scissors, scene, muscle, disciple, ascend, descend. This is the common pattern after an N or before a G: handsome, grandson, Wednesday, sandwich, bridge, edge. This is the common pattern for silent E. It makes the vowel long. So when we see it, we say name, game, time, fine, hope, rope, tune, flute. If we didn't have the E after hope, it would be hop. This is the common pattern before N or H or nasal ng, ng. Sign, assign, high, night, right, though, through, singing, ringing. There are a lot of H patterns. There's H by itself: honest, honor. There's SCH, schedule, school. CH, chaos, character. WH, white, what, and all the question words. And RH, rhyme, and GH, ghost. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. This is not as common, so you don't have to worry about too many silent I's, but there's 2 or 3 that I want to point out to you. So business, family, and then there's suit. So as a UI, the I is silent. This is a common pattern: silent before N at the beginning of words: knee, knife, knob, knock, night, know in all its forms, and knowledge. This is definitely a common pattern with silent L. If it's after U or after A, it's silent. Sometimes you might hear it in some people's accents, but most of the time we don't say it. So listen: would, could, should, walk, talk, half, calf, calm, palm, psalm, salmon, and kernel, just like a kernel of corn. This is the common pattern: silent after M. So it's a short list: autumn, column, hymn, solemn. Here are 6 words that are examples of words that are silent O words. The first 3 are enough, rough, tough. The second ones are jeopardy, leopard, and people. Okay? Silent P is usually at the beginning of a word, unless it's in the end of a word like receipt. So these are medical words or biblical words or some kind of educational word. So psalm, pneumonia, psychology, receipt. Silent S is only with an I in front of it. So we have aisle, like in a grocery store, isle, like an island, and debris. Those are the 4 words here. Silent T is interesting, especially in words like castle and whistle, listen and fasten. So you see these after S. But tsunami, it is before an S. So that's not from English, and neither is ballet. So those are foreign words. And mortgage, we don't say the T there either. So practice those. U is often with another vowel, and it's silent. So UI, build, guilt, biscuit, guitar, UA, guard, UE, guess, dialogue, colleague, tongue, and UGH, laugh, with an F sound. And last but not least, we have silent W. These are wrist, right, wrong, wrapper, who, whole, sword, and two. So, what do you think? 120 words from 17 letters in the English alphabet, making all these silent letter sounds. And we just have to accept it because that's the way it is. But at least we see the patterns now. At least you have an idea of how they're made. And I hope this helped you. I hope you enjoyed watching it. If you haven't subscribed to me, of course, please subscribe. Look at my American English videos when they come out or anything else. If you have any questions about English or wanting to learn from me privately, I do those kind of lessons. And I work with people also in groups and online. So I love learning more about language. I love teaching about language. And this is just one aspect of it. So keep in touch. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.